Welcome to Paragon TV. I'm Randall Paul. This is Dave Young, and we're here to talk today about the market outlook for 2011 on the wealth management program. We know that wealth management advisors know exactly what's going to happen to the market. That's why we have you, right, as our great advisors. Tell us, what is your outlook, seriously, Dave, on 2011?
Before I go into my outlook, let me put out the disclaimer, and it's not just a disclaimer, this is my total belief, that no one really knows where the markets are going at any point in time. And that's really why we run the money the way that we do. We use quantitative models to see what's happening as it happens, and then we adjust and react to that. A lot of companies will come out, they'll have their market outlook, these are their targets, and then they basically position themselves to get there.
Yeah.
And that's great as long as your forecast is accurate. But I've seen study after study after study that shows that most forecasts aren't accurate. And I mean, even economists, I mean, that's what they're paid to do. But there's a huge percentage, I mean, more wrong than right when they make their forecasts every year in the Wall Street Journal.
So what do you do?
Well, you do two things. We've got a framework that we work within because everyone's always asking us as far as what we think the market's going to do. But then within that framework that we work within, we kind of throw it under the bus and just follow our models. When I look at our indicators right now, our trend indicators are very strong, our monetary indicators are very strong, but our sentiment indicators are showing a lot more optimism than I like to see.
Really?
Really. I mean, we went from this world where, and it doesn't take that long to change, but you go back a few months, go back to the middle of last year, and there was only like 25% of people thought the market was going up at that point. Well, now we're up to about 65% of people think the market's going up. So the sentiment indicators are giving me some concern.
Too bullish, too fast.
Too bullish, too fast. And so what that means is either they're going to keep pushing up and get more and more optimistic and tip over hard, or an ideal situation is, you know, we see some slowing down of the momentum of the rally that we saw in December. We see that slow down a bit, maybe even pull back some. As that pulls back, then your sentiments can drop back and, you know, more in line. But if you look at the cyclical outlook, in other words, you look at the, what we do is we look at the 4-year cycles, but we look at those cycles, and the third year of a presidential cycle is almost always positive, and that's just the way it's always been. So if you just showed up in the third year of a presidential cycle and invested, you know, and historically that's been a really positive thing to do. There's other factors I think are very positive right now. I think, going over to politics, we are in the third year of the presidential cycle, so that's typically when things get goosed so that people can get reelected, which is good in the short term for the economy and the stock market. With this most recent election, you've seen a real shift. I believe you're going to see more of a shift to the middle from the far left where we've been in the last couple of years. And I think that's generally really positive for the market. One really interesting thing to me lately has been stocks' earning power, or earnings for stocks, has been really, really strong in the face of a lot of pessimism. And so the companies are very sound, very solid right now, and they've got the earnings to go, which should propel the stocks higher. So overall, all in all, I'm really bullish about 2011. There's never any guarantees in this business, and that's why we follow our models and go off of them to make our investment decisions.
Thank you very much for that answer. Next time I'm going to ask you how you're organized in case you're wrong about that assessment. Thanks a lot. Come back and see us at Paragon TV soon.